Hello and a warm welcome to the show. When we truly listen to someone else's story, we get to learn from them, we get to understand where they're coming from, and we also get to feel and be encouraged. That's where they got saved actually in high school. That's where they got saved actually in high school.
I've been introvert for so long.
So today's episode is about an amazing guest who will be sharing her story with us. Stay tuned. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Briefly introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Sharon Monde. I am 21 years old. I study at the Kenya Water Institute at Chakariga here in the Tharaka County. I am pursuing a diploma in water engineering. I'm in my second year of study. And I'm an endometriosis survivor. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for being here. Let's talk a little bit about your childhood. How many are you in your family?
So we are three in our family. I am the firstborn. Our second born is 13 years old, and our last born is 3 years old.
Okay.
And we are raised by a single mom.
All right.
Yeah, we are very proud of that. She's
Okay.
a very strong woman. Yeah.
So you've been raised by a single mom. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I don't know if I'm very comfortable talking about that, but I can say a little bit. So my mom was married around 20 years ago, and they didn't very much cooperate with my dad due to domestic violence and that stuff. So my mom was not ready for all that stuff. So she decided to move out with me and my small sister so that she can start a life, because it was very hard for her. Simply because she was a stay-at-home mom that time. So, and my dad was working, but my mom could not cope with that domestic violence, misunderstandings, and that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So she moved out. She started a life. She started selling cereals, which are doing her very good right now. And she has a shop, a retail shop. Yeah, that's where she gets her money to educate us and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You being the firstborn, you saw what happened to your mom and how your dad treated your mom. How did that affect you?
It really affected me very much, simply because I was always there when all that stuff was going on, the beatings, the talks, all that quarrels and that stuff. You know, it hurt me real bad, seeing my mom going through that stuff. It even made me hate men. I don't know how to explain that, but it
On
has
the
affected
same.
my love life.
And the same, how old were you when all this was going on?
I was 9 years old. Yeah.
9 years old. Oh, when all that was going down. Okay, you said something about you hating men. Why did you hate men?
You know, it's very funny seeing a man treat a woman like a fellow man. Like, this man wants to fight the woman. Like, where do you get the audacity?
Yeah.
Surely. A woman is not somebody who can fight back.
Yeah.
You know, there are boundaries. You have to treat a woman like a woman. She's an egg.
Yeah.
You don't have to fight a woman. You can sit down, talk, communicate stuff,
Yeah.
and clear all misunderstandings.
All right.
But I don't hate my dad, but he did bad.
Yeah. So you hated men because you thought maybe all men are like your
I
dad.
generalized, yeah.
So do you still hate men up to date?
Actually, nowadays I think I'm doing better. I'm coming in to forgiving him. I'm getting to understand people better. I get people out here are like that. I'm trying to understand people, yeah. I'm a very understanding person. And I'm trying to figure out not everybody is like him.
Yeah.
People change, yeah. People change. I think it changed wherever he is. We don't even have contact, but I'm sure it changed. He has always wanted to come back, but my mother is not ready for that.
Yeah.
She has never even wanted to get married again. She has seen enough. She has been that was much.
Okay. So by now you know that not all men are the same. They are actually good men.
I grew up. I came to understand that. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one. Okay, so you moved out. You started a life somewhere else with your mom. How was that for you? Like, adjusting and everything.
It was very hard for me. I very much wanted to grow up with a father figure in the family.
Yeah.
That fatherly love, that togetherness of the mother, the father, and the children, going out with the whole family. Your father is alive, but he's not even a present father. It hurts me very much knowing that he's on earth, but we are not together. For something that we could have even sat down as a family, talk about, come to an agreement, and life goes on. But my father was not ready for that. He chose to walk away. He was very comfortable when my mother said, "We are going." He was like, "See you go, Kwana." And my mother was like, "Wow, you won't start?" And mom was like, she didn't want to go, but she had to. Because this man was very violent. He could have done something worse that maybe she could not be here right now. But she chose to move out. Yeah. And we are here today, surviving.
Okay. How was it for you? Like when you were in school, when there are parent meetings and people come, and your fellow student would talk about their dads, or you see some of the parent, like some student coming from a complete family where there is dad and mom, na wewe hauna dad, like watu wanaongea stories za dad, oh dad alinifanyia, dad alinipeleka, and all those things. How did that make you feel?
It has hurt me so much. I don't even like having conversations about dads. Ati my dad alifanya, ati my dad alitupeleka. I get very hurt, but I choose to keep quiet simply because I know my father is not there. He is not a present father. So like when people talk about dads, I choose to keep quiet. And I happen to be asked, mbona utuambi story ya your dad? And I'm like, oh, my dad is very far away. We can't talk about him. So people are like, oh, sawa. If you don't want, it's okay. And that is it.
Okay. Did he by any chance like lay his hands on you, like hurt you and your sister?
He has never hurt me. They only had quarrels with my mother. He was just violent to her. I don't understand why. But, families are like that.
Yeah, families have issues. Okay, this is an interesting story going on right here on Golden Act TV. Do not change the channel. Welcome back. So Sharon, growing up, seeing what your dad did to your mom, and then move out, Did it ever make you feel like you are not good enough ama ikafanya ukakuwa na self-esteem issues?
Yeah, I had very bad self-esteem issues. I always wondered, simply because I am a hearing impaired person, I always wondered whether I am the reason my dad was doing that to my mom. Probably I was asking myself, could it be that he thinks my mom cannot give birth to perfect children? Actually, I thought I am the cause of all that drama. But my mom came to tell me that wasn't the issue. My dad was just a drunkard, just a very violent man.
You've said something. You have a hearing challenge. Tell us about that.
So, I got tested while I was 10. I was in school and my class teacher was like, "Are you not concentrating? Are you ignorant? Don't you like to listen? Wewe ni kichwa ngumu ama ni nini?" So sikuwa najua kama niko na hearing impairment. My teacher ndiye alidiscover huyu msichana ako na kasoro. He was like, "Wewe usikizangi class, ujibingi maswali. What's wrong with you?" And he was like, "You have to go get tested." Like, he talks to me and I'm like, umesema? What? So he said, I think you have a problem. So he referred me to my head teacher. That was back in primary school. And then the head teacher referred me to a children's home where I had my ears checked. And they were like, "We can't see any problem with her. So we don't understand where the problem is." But when they talk to me, they can see. I can't hear. Simply because I was lip reading. When you talk, I have to look at your lips so that I can hear what you're saying. Or I have to...
Like shout?
Yeah. You have to shout or the eye contact. I have to be focusing on you, concentrating on you. Just so that was the issue.
Okay. And what about your mom? How did she take the whole thing? Like ulienda ukamwambia there's an issue ama...
It seems like my mom knew I have a hearing impairment, but she didn't tell me that.
Okay.
Probably she feared for my self-esteem, but she didn't even try to show me you have a problem. So when I went home and told her I have been from the children's home, I had my ears checked, and they said there is no problem with me. My mom told me, there is no problem with you, so why are those teachers taking you there? I think she knew, depending on how she was talking, but she didn't tell me. So she hasn't been comfortable with that, but of late she's very okay with my condition. She came to accept the way I am, and I also accepted myself with my condition. I have been to normal schools all my life. I haven't attended any disabled school or that stuff. I have done my best to be in school. I try to lip read and all that stuff. So I'm very okay with my condition.
Okay, so is it both your ears or it's just one ear?
It's one of my ear. And I was referred to Kenyatta National Hospital for an advanced checkup. And they say that my cochlea, it's a part of the ear, has a problem. So they were suggesting I have a surgery, but I was not sure of that. I disagreed. My mom too disagreed. So I have to cope. I have to survive with my condition. They have been telling me that I might lose my speech very soon. You can hear I don't have a very high voice. So it has been a condition. But I am coping simply because I don't want the surgery. Surgery comes with, you don't know, 50-50. It might help, it might not. And probably it might even destroy me. Simply because it's one of my ear, which is 0%, I hear nothing with my left ear. But my right ear, I can hear a little when I concentrate. So now I have to cope. I don't want the surgery, so I have to cope.
Okay. So when you found out about that, did it make you, like hate yourself? Ilifanya ukajichukia?
Imekuwa ikinidrain sana, simply because I've been wondering where did I go wrong to be like that. But as I grow up, nimekam kujikubali, nimekam kuelewa things happen in life, nimekam understand I have a hearing impairment. I'm not deaf. I try to see the good rather than the bad. Yeah, I try to tell myself, there are people who are completely deaf. You are very lucky. You are hearing impaired. So I try to give myself hope with that.
Encourage yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the self-esteem issue. Tell us a little bit about that. So you hated yourself. You felt like you're not good enough. Tell us about that.
So my self-esteem right now is very high. I have very good confidence right now. At least I understand myself. I know myself better. But a while ago, I even was contemplating suicide simply because I was feeling down. I can't do this. Sitting in class, teachers will not understand. Not everybody will understand my condition. Some will, some will not. Others that I'm very ignorant, mimi ni kichwa ngumu, huyu msichana hata hapendi kuambiwa nini. But then by the time niwaelezee sisikiangi, actually I didn't have the confidence to tell them niko na hearing impairment. So it took me a very long time to get back my self-esteem. So like kuna walimu hata wataelewa hata kidogo. That's why we have to be in a disabled school, yani a special school. But then sasa hakuna shida ilipatikana kwa masikio yangu. Hakuna vile nitaenda special school kama hawajui shida iko wapi. So I had to go to a normal school, act normally, nipigwe, nifanyiwe. I don't have even proof to show them I have a hearing impairment. I had to survive. But it's time I was referred to Kenyatta after niliambia madaktari, actually I have a problem. And they were like, if you have a problem, you can go to Kenyatta. They can do an advanced checkup on you that can prove you have a problem. So they did that checkup on me, the Becker checkup. So, and they found out I have a cochlear impairment. My cochlea is impaired. So they told me that it's true I have a hearing impairment. And I accepted that situation. And I was given even a card for a hearing impaired person. Yeah, that one now can help me. So whenever I'm looking for work, probably I'm going to school, I can give them that card. Okay. Yeah, it can show truly I have a hearing impairment. Yeah.
So ulijikubali na ukajipenda venye uko?
Nilijikubali, nilijielewa, nikasema that is how life is. And if God chose me to be that way, who am I not to accept myself? So I'm doing life like that. I'm very okay. So I try to explain to people I have a problem. So I don't even care whether you get me, whether you understand me or not. Life goes on.
Okay. How did you work on your self-esteem?
Actually, I've been seeing mentors. Okay. Especially in high school, there is a teacher who told me she has a child who has the same condition. She understands me because probably she's in my shoes. She has a child who is totally deaf. So she took me like her own child. She tried to mentor me. She told me to accept myself. Yes, and I came to accept myself, and my self-esteem was very okay by the time I was in Form 4. So my life was okay in Form 4. But for the rest of the high school life, I had a very hard time, especially with the teachers. Students always understood me. Yeah. We always had a very, very good relationship with the students, but the teachers, it was very hard. It was very hard for them to accept I have a hearing impairment and I am in a normal school.
Yeah. So like they were rude,
They were very rude because I didn't have proof. Hearing impairments is not like a physical impairment. Physical you can see. This person hatembei poa, akona shida ya mguu, but masikio lazima uambie mtu, lazima ukuwe na proof. But then I didn't have anything.
So it was hard for them to believe.
It was very hard for them to believe me. Yeah, they thought either I'm pretending, I don't know what they thought. Yeah.
All right. So have you forgiven them now that you're done with high school?
I forgive them, yeah. I understand them. And let not other people treat other hearing impaired people very bad. Because it's even lowering their self-esteem. We have to understand people. probably give them time for you to understand they are hearing impaired, they have problems. Yeah, let us take our time to treat people.
Okay. So you're in college. How is that going for you?
It's not very good, it's not very bad. I'm trying my best in school simply because, a teacher cannot just teach when they are at the front. For my situation, I have to read. I have to concentrate on the person.
Yeah.
But then you find there is a teacher who will not stay at the same position. They will always go around the class, so I have to move with them.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for me.
Okay.
So sometimes I'm just there. They teach and I go back to my place, I read for myself, I do a research, and probably I ask other students questions wherever I don't understand. It's not very easy simply because people have a lot of work to do. So you have to create time, you have to find whenever they are free. So yeah, it's very hard, but I'm trying my best. I'm giving myself hope. I can do this.
Yeah, you are doing well. The most important thing is that you haven't lost hope and everything. So Sharon, there are so many people out here, maybe that might maybe in a similar situation you are in, or even worse than the one you are in. What can you tell them?
To people who have a hearing impairment,
Yeah.
I would like probably people who are deaf or people who have a hearing impairment, I would like to tell them to find their self-esteem, to accept themselves the way they are, to know that God created them very perfectly. So we can't all be perfect. You have to have an issue somewhere. So you have to love yourself. Give yourself hope. Probably it's maybe if you are hearing impaired, tell yourself there is someone who is deaf. Give yourself that hope. If you are deaf, give yourself hope. There is somebody who don't have legs. So you don't have to take the bad, take the good. Don't even let the difficult times outgrow your blessing. You are blessed. Now, like me, I normally tell myself, I am hearing impaired. It's a 1 ear, not both. So I tell myself, I can survive. I can do this. Hii sio masikio yote, at least nasikia. Kuna mtu mahali asikii kabisa, jipe hiyo ka hope na umove. Juu hii life without hope, you won't grow. Yeah.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much, Sharon, for sharing your story. And keep the hope. Yeah, and continue doing you. And don't let whatever it is that you are going through or your situation dim your light. Yeah, I believe you are born and you have a great purpose, and you shall serve that purpose.
The Golden Arc TV. Subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Help us by subscribing to our channel, Golden Arc TV ARC. Drop a comment, like, share with as many people as you can, and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time we drop a video. Thank you.
The Golden Arc TV. Subscribe. Thank you for watching.